Hi guys, it's been a bit of a while since I've done a video, so thought I'd do a video, and the last one I did was me the bits and pieces in regards to the Napoleonic 50mm Napoleonic stuff. So it's been a bit of a while really. So I thought I'd get the camera back out and just do another video. I have been obviously knocking around on the the YouTube community, so I've not been completely disappeared. I've been following a few people's channels and bits and pieces like that. So I am keeping up to date with what's going on with everybody. Bit annoyed really. I had an order that I placed for a little project that I'm going to be doing, and I was hoping that would turn up. It did turn up. It turned up a little bit later than I was expecting it, to be honest, unfortunately, because I was hoping to get some of the bits and pieces in there ready, so I could join in with Ringo Simpkins' Advent painting or modelling, month in the month of December. What I wanted to do was I wanted to have miniatures to a stage where they were assembled and undercoated or primed or whatever, so on the 1st of December I could just start painting a load of them up. By the time I got to the stage where I had enough of them assembled and on, because what I do is I put them on little squares of cardboard that I cut up, from boxes that they arrive in, packaging or whatever, just so it's somewhere I can hold them. I prefer that to obviously the other ways of doing it, golf tees, paint pots or whatever. I just prefer the big flat areas of cardboard. But I've got enough, but by that point it was sort of like the 2nd or 3rd of December, so if I'd started doing it then I would have been a couple of days behind. So I've decided I'm not going to join in and sort of join in late. What I will be doing is I will be looking at doing my own sort of painting bits and pieces starting in January. Reason why I'm mentioning it, if anybody out there wants to join in, feel free, drop me a message, and what I'll do is just before the 1st of January I'll put a video up and link everybody's videos in, everybody's channels in, so you can go onto their channels and watch how they're getting on as well. But I just thought it'd be quite nice just to get everybody, especially if people out there are going to be getting bits and pieces in for Christmas and things like that. So if you're getting any models in for Christmas, or you find Santa bring you some stuff in your stocking or whatever, drop me a message, and then like I say, from the 1st of January, just for the month of January, we'll get stuff painted up. So basically, other than working, which I've been doing quite a lot of recently, I've been doing this project which I'm going to keep under my hat until the end of December, and then I'm going to obviously reveal what the project for January is going to be. I have been sort of going through a couple of my boxes and stuff that I've not unpacked properly since I've moved, and I found the contents of the Flames of War Open Fire box set, various stages of painting really. So while I'm assembling the secret project, I have decided I'm going to try and paint up the remnants of the Open Fire box set, so that's completely finished. So it's 15mm, it's World War II. I love the 15mm scale. I love World War II stuff, and I think the Flames of War battle system is brilliant as well. I've actually only played a few games of it, mostly with the Open Fire box set and mostly unpainted Open Fire box set. So I'm going to try and get this finished up, and possibly see how it goes, and possibly armies being built from there. so I'm looking forward to doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'll cut away and I'll show you the two armies, the British with American allies, and then the German force, where they are, or more to the point, what I've got at the moment. Because going through, I've found that I've left some of the stuff in storage back at my parents, so that's going to have to be a case of going back, picking those little bits and pieces up when I go and get more boxes. So there are going to be bits that are missing from the Open Fire box set. But like I say, this is the state that they're in at the moment, that they're now out of packaging, and let's see how far we can get off them. So I'm going to cut the camera and see you in a moment, where we'll be discussing one of the two armies. See you in a bit. Okay, so this is the German side of the Open Fire box set. This is the German force. So what I've got here is, these are the HQ section at the back here. So you've got the CNC, which is the main guy, which is this base here. The 2 IC, second in command, and they come with the Panzerfaust team, which is a 4-man team. Two sort of guys with the Panzer Schreck, not Panzerfaust. The 2 Panzer Schrecks, which are the big sort of bazooka looking things with the gun shield on the front, and they've got the 2 loaders slotted in behind them. So that's the HQ section. Now the German force in the box is an infantry force with tank support, or SPG, or self-propelled gun support. So you get the 2 units here. They're both identical. So you get the command squad, or the command section, 3-man team, and then you get 6 bases. They are classed as rifle MG. So the way I've done mine here is the stands with 5 guys. I've got the MGs on. So I've got the MG42s. Some of them are sort of done where you've got the machine gunner and the loader together. Some are done where they're individual, but they are quite obvious. And then the 4 men bases are just the riflemen, just to complete the 9-man squads. And then you get the 3 squads in the company there, and you get that twice. The armoured support is in the shape of 3 Stugs, and there is also some anti-tank capability. This is the command team. This one at the back here is the command team for the 2-pack 40 guns. Unfortunately, the 2-pack 40 guns are currently in storage at my parents' house. I haven't picked those up, so I will need to pick those up and get those sorted out and finished, because I'm pretty sure I haven't done anything with those. I think they've been glued to the bases and based up and everything, undercoated, but I don't think I've actually put any paint to them as of yet, so they are going to have to get sorted. The German army is the one that I've not really touched too much, to be perfectly honest. The Stugs are actually painted. Just get a little close up of that. So this one is the command Stug. When I do my command vehicles, I do put the bloke sticking out the top. A lot of people say, oh, it's stupid, I don't like it, it's an awful look. But to be honest, I actually do it for the simple reason I remember which one is my command. Like I say, some people don't like doing it. I do for simplicity for myself. But that's the Stug. That's the command Stug. And the other 2 are done pretty much the same. The only difference is, whoops, not the camera. Only difference is this one has got the stowage with the flag on. I think the idea of it is meant to be like an aerial reconnaissance flag. Obviously during the D-Day invasion and things like that, they'd put recognition markers on the actual vehicles and stuff so they could be identified from the air. I decided just to paint the German flag. Once again, you know, camouflaged up with the camouflage patterns German tank marking on the side, and it's basically really it. Nice and simple, really well done. Well, I think anyway. The camouflage pan actually took a little while to do. It was a bit of trial and error. And then I found a video actually done by the Flames of War guys on how to do camouflage effect without an airbrush. So that was nice. That was a good find, really. These guys, I have started to base them up. This is how I normally do my 15mm stuff. I actually put them onto the bases, do the basing material, seal the basing material, undercoat them, and then start by painting up the actual base colour itself. This actually looks quite light on camera. It doesn't actually look as light as it does there than it does in person. So maybe that's just the lighting I've got, I'm not sure, but that's how I do them. So what I've done is this is just kiln dried sand that you get from builders' yards. If you're going to use anything like that, then I would strongly recommend that you put it and keep it in somewhere where it's going to be dry. If moisture gets into kiln dried sand, it will set like concrete, so you have to be careful with how you store it. But I use it because it's fine, and it sort of sets and finishes really quite nicely. I think nice sort of texture to dry brush and everything. So these guys have got the first colour of the uniform colour, and then a couple of guys, like this guy here, has got the lighter jacket on. You can tell the difference between which one should be in sort of like the normal German colour uniform and which ones are going to be in the lighter camouflaged jackets, because camouflage jackets are genuinely baggier, so there's going to be more creases, and it has a hood. Okay, so had a bit of an interruption there, so apologies about that, hence why the video cut a bit short. Got attacked by a killer cat. He came and showed a bit of an interest. All I was saying with the last bit of German was, obviously, if you've got the open fire set and you're wondering what colours to paint them, general rule is if they have the sort of baggier looking jacket, they're sort of like a camouflage colour, whereas the rest of them are just the normal sort of German, very dark greens and things like that, or whatever colour you want to paint them. Like I say, the only thing I'm missing is the 2-pack 40s, and obviously the V1 flying bomb, which I know for a fact is fully assembled and painted. I've done that, but again, that's in storage at my parents'. So on to the Allies. This is a British Army. Now this one is an armoured company, as you can see by the number of tanks. There is infantry as well. This is in the form of American airborne paratroopers. So for this one, there is the commander, the CNC, and the 2 IC, both in tanks, and then there's 2 squadrons of Sherman tanks. You can tell these are British because of the addition of the Firefly, which are these 2 tanks here. Give you a rough idea. Oh, not the camera yet again, sorry about that. That is the profile of a standard Sherman. It's got the 75mm gun on the front of it, which, as you can see on the model, looks a little bit on the thin side. However, if you bring it up into comparison with Firefly, the Firefly does have, put that back in there, does have a much larger gun. That's the 17-pounder gun, and also the turret at the back is a lot longer as well. So that is the Firefly, and the other ones are just the regular Shermans. So that's the difference, and that also indicates the fact that this is British, not American. Americans didn't field the Fireflies, didn't see the need because they fielded their own sort of tank hunters and things like that operated in a specific unit. The Fireflies for the British were integrated within the actual force. So that's 2 squadrons. Once again, commander is a guy sticking his head out, 2 Fireflies, and then a standard Sherman as well. They're backed up by paratroopers. Excuse me. Done these guys up as members of the 101st Airborne. So we've got the HQ section here. It's the commander. There's a mortar team, which is the large base at the back there, and this base here is a 2-man bazooka team. You then get 6 stands at the back, which have lined up, which is the only way I could get them all into shot, and they are all again rifle MG armed. So it's a pretty nasty force, really. The tanks are slightly outdone by the German motivation. However, the American paratroopers are the best that you can get in the game, really, and they are pretty tough to shift out of the way. Just bring the commander forward. So there's the American paratroopers, and if you could look very closely on his sleeve, it's a sort of quick representation of the Screaming Eagles badge. It's basically just a dot of dark green and then a dot of white on the top of that, just to sort of hint to the fact that they're 101st. And then on the other sleeve, don't know if you can see that, I've tried to just sort of hint the fact that there is the American flag. We'll try and find another one. Oh, there we go, cat attack number 2. So, anyway, if you have a look on his sleeve, just trying to highlight the actual look of the American flag. And that's the Airborne. So all I need to do is just finish off the bases, and they're pretty much ready to go, really, as a force. So this one's almost done. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick cut, and we'll finish up the video. So I'll see you again in a bit. Cheers. Okay, so that's really what I've been up to at the moment. Going to be working on those forces for a little bit, trying to get them back up, you know, get them fully painted, ready to go on the battle table. The book I'm using, Atlantic Wall, for the Germans, and obviously the Allies have their own book. It's part of the D-Day, the 2-part D-Day one. The Atlantic Wall is for the Germans, and I think it's called Overlord. It's for the Allies, British, Canadian, and American forces. So I might have a look through those books. I might also look at getting the 2 Market Garden books. I think it's called Market Garden. I think it's the Allied one, and I think it's like Bridge by Bridge is the German one. I might have a look at those as well, just to see what forces I can get, what additions I can bring into the army to sort of bulk them out a little bit. So that's what I'll be working on. I'll also be working on the secret project as well, and then, like I say, towards the end of December I will drop another video out to announce what the project's going to be, and obviously show you where the starting point for obviously the beginning of January is going to be as well for the for that. I will try and get videos out on a daily basis during January. However, obviously due to work constraints and things like that, it may miss a day here and there, but I will be looking at getting a video out with daily updates and bits and pieces like that. And again, if anybody wants to join it, you know, you get any models and bits and pieces like that for Christmas or something like that, give me a message, and like I say, what I'll do is I'll put a link to your channel and get people onto your channel as well and have a look over there. What I'll do is I'll put a link to Ringo's channel, Ringo Simkins, and obviously let you see what he's up to, and he's got a link to everybody who's doing his December one at the moment, so you can go and have a look at their channels as well. Some of them are looking really good, so if anybody sees this, I'm impressed. I am impressed. And I do like the idea of these things as well. It gives you a little bit of motivation, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So thanks for watching, and fingers crossed next video will be out soon. Thanks a lot. Cheers.